Welcome back to KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP. And today, I'm going to show you how to make my Sinatra smoked brisket. And why is it called Sinatra smoked brisket? I've watched hundreds of videos on how to smoke a brisket, and I've only had my smoker for a little bit under 12 months, and everyone has their own way of doing things. Look, I'm just doing mine my way. Okay, I end up with a nice, beautiful, juicy brisket. If you want to see the end result, you're going to have to wait till the end of this video. Alright, here I've got an empty spice jar, and I'm going to start making up my Sinatra rub. And I'm going to add in about a quarter cup's worth of garlic and onion powder. Okay, they can go straight in, just like that. Really nice and simple. Now, everyone's got a couple of secrets to their rubs, and yeah, I'm going to pretty much show you most of mine. Alright, I'm adding in about a third of a cup's worth of sugar. I'm not going to tell you what sugar. And, you're just going to add in all the spices that I want. So, black peppercorns into my spice grinder. I'm going to give that a grind up until I like it. You can use a pre-bought type already ground pepper if you want. And here I've got some Murray River salt. Okay, I'm going to give that a bit of a blitz too. They can go straight in just like that. Alright, so all we have to do now is just add everything. I'm using a funnel because it makes it a little bit easier to fill our little spice container, just like that. And this is a rub that I'll be able to use quite a few times over. And, there was another little bit of a secret ingredient, and you can work that one out for yourself. Alright. So here I've got a jar, and I've got 1 part soy, 1 part Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to add in 5 parts of beef stock. Alright, you're asking, what are you doing with this? I'm going to show you in a minute. So I'm just going to quickly taste that, make sure I'm happy with the flavour. I've reserved a little bit of that beef stock, and if I want to add a little bit more of that beef stock, I'm going to, just like that. Really nice and simple. Now I'm doing this the night before, right? So I can just take this straight out and start cooking really early in the morning. Right, it's a little bit of a longer video, but it's my first brisket I ever cooked on the smoker. All right, here I've got my injection machine, my syringe, and I'm going to start injecting this brisket full of that little marinade that we made. It's not quite a brine, but I tell you what, it does add a lot of juice, and it does add a lot of flavour to the meat itself. Now, most people would remove that little cap off the top and take away some of the fat off the top, everything else. I'm not. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let that render down, and believe me, this works out great. That does render down. Right, so here at 5:30 the next morning, and it's a beautiful morning, mind you, and I've got some charcoal sitting in my little chimney there. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a light, and I'm going to leave that for about 15 to 20 minutes until we've got a nice flame happening. And right next to that, I've got a nice big log of hardwood. As I said, I'm doing this my way. Alright, so I'll leave that up to you. Okay, so we've got a little bit of flamage happening. As you can see, it is pitch black outside. We've left that, we're getting close to about 6 o'clock in the morning. Really has about 15-20 minutes or so, and we're getting a little bit of heat happening. Our wood is starting to get a little bit of heat into it as well. I'm using a slightly different method this time around. I'm going to be using some nice big Australian hardwood, and I'll put a bed of coals down, put my log on top. In hindsight, these logs are a little bit big, but look, that's the fun with smoking. You're never done. I'm going to get that up to a heat, which you can't see there, of around about 125 degrees Celsius. Right, you can see through the back door of the smoker, we're getting pretty much close to going as far as our fire is concerned. Right, so I've taken the brisket out of the fridge, of course, and I've let that sit for about an hour and a half or so. I took this out before I started the fire. I'm going to rub a little bit of American style mustard straight over that, get it into all those nooks and crannies, and get it really, really nice and sticky with that mustard. Right, so as you can see, there's a little bit of that liquid coming out of the bottom, and there was a little bit which I sort of removed afterwards, or beforehand, sorry. And we're going to add in a little bit of mustard again, all over. Try and get every single side of this brisket absolutely coated. Now this is around about a 2.7 kilo brisket. It's a small one compared to a lot of other people's briskets, but look, there's only two of us. It's only for Mrs. KP and I, and this is going to feed us for a good couple of days, and as well as my mother-in-law, we gave her a bit as well. Sprinkle over your Sinatra, rub nice and liberally. Okay, make sure you get all the ends, just like I'm doing right there. Okay, now if you've got a smoker and you've been doing it for a while, you've got your own way of doing it. I'm just showing you what I did. I did it my way. I did something a little bit different. And as I said, I've watched hundreds of videos on how to smoke different types of meats, this one in particular. And I've taken little tips from different people. And when it came down to it and trying to learn how to use my smoker, I just came up with my own thing. And I think the end result will just prove to you how good this can be. Right, make sure you get nice level soaking of that nice rub, just like I'm doing right there. And we're getting pretty much close to getting ready to put this into the smoker. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to leave that for about 10 to 15 minutes or so. Right, I've used up enough of that rub, and this is going to give it a really nice bark full of intense flavour. Alright, so here we are. We've got our fire already happening. We're up to 125 degrees Celsius, and I've got another log in the smoker itself already pre-warming. I don't have a pre-warming rack on my smoker. It's only a cheap one, right? And I'm just going to close that lid. Now, every 15 minutes, I'm going to check the fire, make sure it's at 125. I'm going to cook that for 4 hours, and it's going to come out looking like that. I'm going to wrap that up in some foil, right, just like that. Right, doesn't take a lot. This is a very, very long recipe to cook in real life. I'm just speeding the whole process up on the video itself. And by the end of the day with my MS, I was absolutely stuffed. I was so tired, but I'll tell you what, the end result made me smile. Alright, so we've taken it out after another 4 hours, right, and I can see it's nice and juicy. I'm using a probe as well on the smoker, and then when the probe goes through nice and smooth, you know it's really nice and tender. I'm going to leave that for about an hour, leave it wrapped until we're ready to serve. I put that in the oven for about 2 hours or so at 50 degrees just to keep it nice and warm. Right, so make sure you use a nice blunt knife like I'm doing to cut your brisket. And as you can see, absolutely beautiful and nice and juicy. All that fat has rendered down. We haven't wasted anything. And wait for this. Wait till I cut this last bit, and you'll see how tender this actually is. Alright, so just slice that through just like that, and you want to see how nice and tender it is. If it droops over your knife like that, you're pretty close. I did it my way. Okay, that's why we're calling this Sinatra brisket. Alright, and the final test is, does it pull apart nice and easy, just like that? And is it nice and juicy in your mouth? Yes, it is. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. And if you like this video, hit that like button. Gives me confidence, and I need all the confidence I get with this smoker, believe me. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified every time a new video goes up. Share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We are trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. And share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. We are trying to get the name of KP's Kingdom out there. In the meantime, if you want to join my journey on learning how to use a smoker, well, need to come join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button and you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I've already eaten this absolutely beautiful brisket, and I tell you what, it's worth it. Anyway, I will catch you next time. Bye.